tournament like a few weeks ago, and then I went forward a local. I mean, it's a local, and then I went 4-0 today, so I've not lost with this deck yet. You can take that with a grain of salt. It has a lot of good matchups, namely Frog and Divaless Hero, because those decks can't threaten with anything to like gain life or like, and they play for advantage, which your deck like plays perfectly against. But like the hard matchups would be something like Blackwing, where they can 2-for-2 you, like End-Phase Icarus, or like a Diva Hero, where they can summon Android. But even today, like I had an Android resolve me 15 turns in a row, and I still won. And I'll talk about that. But the main deck is fairly standard, so it's 3 Cyber Valley and then 3 Battle Fader. You want to get off the second effect, so you want to like drop this to basically stall them for a turn. You can also start a Chain Link, but that doesn't come up that much. And then you want to normal summon this next turn for basically a product read effect. So this acts as both a stall card and a burn card, or not a stall card and a draw card.
Yeah.
And then I played 2 Desqualo. This is very unexpected, but this is from Go Control days. So this card says 400 damage per card in their hand when it's flip face up. And if they go like normal summon Stratos, add whatever attack into this, it lives, and they take 24, so it's just broken.
Yeah.
And
I did take a lot of damage from that card.
yeah, they got mind control once, and I took damage too, so it can be a double-edged sword. And then this card, this is pretty bad. It's just like a Spirit Reaper on crack. It can't be destroyed even if it's targeted, and they take 1,000 when they attack. Sangan to search, usually Battle Fader, because if you set it and they attack it, you can search it in Battle Phase, and then you can stop their attack. Or you can search the best card in the deck, which is Jar. The issue with this is like they can play around it if you search it, but sometimes they just can't do anything. Like they have to play into it, and then you just win. And then that's it for monsters. You don't play any kind of like it's just all like just small monsters. Game 1 at least. And the spells is very simple: 2 Chain Strike, 400 per Chain Link. Very good. You can play on your turn. You can go like activate Kaias or something, and then chain for 800. So it's like really broken. Scapegoat is terrible against Blackwing and against deck that can make Orquises, so you want to side it out against those matchups. But in game 1 at least, it's a good Chain Link spot for just a unique name, and it's also like 4 attacks, so it's pretty good against most of the
Good
field.
stall.
Yeah. And then Allure, I used to hate this card because I thought that Cyber Valley was dark, but it's actually a light. You can't banish this, but it gets better with the side deck when you side it in Coast like Kaias. And then a lot of traps on it. So 3 Reckless, 3 Accumulated for the draw engine, 3 Justicers, 3 Barrel. These cards are they're standard burn cards. The fact that these are in the game makes your opponent have to play very awkwardly. Like, use up their entire field for synchroing, or like discard the whole hand for Brio. And at that point, you can make use of your other traps, like these battle traps or battle inflicting, damage inflicting traps.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you can activate this on a Bora attack on a defense monster or a Holy Quest attack, because it says any battle damage.
Yep.
And this is a little better because if let's say you have like a dude, like you can just like do this and spell this. You have to wait for a direct attack or a piercing attack. And then for the draw cards, just 2 and 2, because these are not as good as people think they are. They fill up a Chain Link spot, but you don't need you're not drawing a whole deck. It's not Exodia. We're trying to fill up the links we need for Accumulated and Chain Strike, but we're not trying to like stall the game out too much, because if they have androids and stuff, these are just dead. Like it's not gonna like get you there. But you do need just the names for changeable cards. And then 2 Wabaku, 2 Roar. Again, you don't need to focus too much on stall or draw. You want to focus on burn. Which is why I played Koala. So I think that playing it like this is perfect. You don't need 3 of any of these. And I actually side like 1 and 1 out all the time, and I side out like a Wabaku out sometimes, because against GB this is a little worse than Threatening. And then Ceasefire, this works for flip effects, so you can negate Raikou sometimes, but usually it's just like a better version of just Adjusters, because it works with your monsters. And then Jama Trio, this card's insane. You have to play this correctly, because like the decks with tuners can abuse it, but usually it just like adds up like insane with Just Desserts, because it's 1,500 extra per dude, which is just like stupid. But that's it for the main deck. It's pretty standard. The extra doesn't matter, I just play whatever. I do side Cyber Dragon, this can come up, but that's only for like very specific matchups like Knockout. So like the side deck is where things really get crazy, and this is where the deck shines.
This is where you crushed me, because
so
I did
like,
not plan for you to decide in like this.
Right. So like, if you play this deck like game 1, in theory you try to win game 1, you just degenerate them, but then they side in stuff like Decree, they go for Android, they go for a Thought Roller Android, they go for like well-timed Dust Tornadoes, Icaruses. So how do we combat that? So let's think about this. So what cards beat those cards? So people don't expect battle damage after games 2 and 3, right? So you side against like decks like Hero, you just go right in. Just go right over their Hero monsters. It can be a bit of a threat to deal with like 37. They play it right. They just have like 3 dudes, so you can't trio, and they just keep attacking. You want to be able to like keep that away. Caius is just insane Omni removal. This clears Decree. It can also burn target itself for burn damage, and it can also like target your flips, which can be a bit of a problem sometimes. But this is just like almost a go-to for like any matchup, even if you're siding blind. This is for Blackwing, so this is pretty obvious. This guy can get huge if they try to commit, and then you just pump him to like 8,000 each attack for like a bunch of damage. And then this card just holds them off. They can go like set, and then make a tuner, make a synchro, but that's 3 turns, and the 3 turns you're drawing enough cards to like make this more than worthwhile. And then a couple other random things. Gores, this is pretty good. It's just a big body. You can use it to clear like hero boards. You can clear Android with this. Trag, this didn't come in too much. This was kind of just, I was testing it out. I wasn't playing in the past, but I don't know. I can't speak too much on this. I didn't really go into much. This card's for Android. This card's insane. So against the flip decks like Vayu, anything that sets Spy, Raikou, if you can like trade your normal summon each turn for their set, that's broken because like they have to resolve their sets or their flips to win. Whereas you can just 1-for-1 your normal summon, and they can't do anything. Just poke, poke, poke. If you're drawing every turn, drawing burn cards, you're just gonna win. And it also clears Android, and it clears Thought Roller, and any of that shit that's just like.
That is a very underrated card in Edison.
Yeah, very, very.
It's probably the most underrated that I could think of.
And then this card's insane. It works with the Monarchs. It can also just steal games. Like brain control, Cyber Valley's really broken. There's just a lot of things you can do with this. And then the last card's Heavy. So obviously, like Heavy's for like their Decrees, their Dust Tornadoes, End Phase Regeki Break, just things like that. Like if they leave in cards like Starlight, it can be annoying. But like I only saw that once today, and it was fine. So like you just have to have it for like decks outside Decree.
Yeah.
But generally, you don't want to be taking away from your opponent. You want to like clear the problems, but leave them with the dead cards. So I was almost thinking about True Nade, because like in like Go Control Panda Burn, you usually go for True Nade and then you go like Panda Pierce. But like in Edison, sometimes you just want to clear the problem. You can't afford them getting Decree back.
I can see both being a good option.
Yeah. But I think the deck works fine. Obviously, like there's matchups that you can't control, where they just go like Icarus, End Phase, and you just lose. But again, any deck in Edison, you can lose. I think the way it is now, it's pretty close to being what I want it to be.
Yeah, it was. Dude, this is the most interesting deck that I've seen in a while, and I really like how you change pretty much the entire strategy with using your side deck. Like, you pretty much just change up what the other person's trying to beat, and then you just screw them over because they just side in all this stuff that they can't use, and then you just beat them. They have a bunch of dead cards again. They had a bunch of dead cards game 1, and then they have a bunch of dead cards game 2.
It's like
so you
next
just
level siding.
Yeah, and like, I mean, if you want just general siding, these usually go out. These become a little weaker when the floodgates come in, and it's harder to get your big chain links. You can't side these out. You can't side out any burn cards.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay.
And then you can side out like draw cards. Usually, it's usually like 1-1 against decks that can play deck Devi. You have to take out battle faders, and against like Blackwing or anything that can pierce, you just have to take stuff like this out. Otherwise, it's just like a walking target. But usually, you keep in stuff like Cyber Valley because the draw power is too good.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Morphing Jar, obviously. But, I mean, there's just a couple of, like, pivot spots you can move around. Like, you usually want to go anywhere from, like, at least 3 Caius to maybe upwards of, like, 8 to 9 cards, depending on the matchup.
Yeah.
But you want to be side decking correct to do well with this deck. So,
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate you guys coming from so far, and it was really awesome to hang out with you guys today.
Yeah, it was a great local. Thanks for having us.
Yep. Thank you.